Good day everyone! For today's video, I am going to discuss the Unit 3, which is the teacher and the community, as well as the external environments and accountability of schools, and also the resource dependence perspective. But before anything else, let me introduce myself first. So I am Mariela Cabal Aurelius, a junior student of Bachelor in Elementary Education. So let's start. So, Unit 3, the teacher and the community. So, teachers truly are the backbone of society. They are role models to children, offer guidance and dedication, and also they give young people the power of education. So, because of teachers, countries are able further develop socially and economically. Teachers link together students, other teachers, school administrators, families, and community members too, or the learning success and healthy development of their students. And the nature of these interactions among different stakeholders varies depending on the teacher's intent and the needs of their students. So, school-community relationship helps to improve the quality of education for all children. It also helps parents and other citizens recognize the responsibility for the quality. And also, strong relationships with teachers and school staff can dramatically enhance students' level of motivation and therefore promote learning. Students who have access to more strong relationships with teachers and school staff can dramatically enhance students' level of motivation and therefore promote learning. Students who have access to more strong relationships are more academically engaged, have stronger social skills, and also experience more positive behavior. And also, teachers can build community by spending time with their children or their students, even for a short period of time, to get to know children's interests, preferences, families, and the children journal with children regarding likes, dislikes, and shared interest, rate and dismiss the children with warmth and kindness. And now let's move on to the external environment and accountability of school. So, what is external environment? External environment is a group of factors or conditions that are outside the organization but affect it in some extent. In the age of social media, negative news travel fast. To ensure that news travels even faster, some negative external groups may develop social media pages, websites, and community groups. Some of the examples of these include social matters such as fights, student suicide, personal matters, and poor academic performance. However, political and economic issues such as school board elections and mismanagement of school funds are also included in possible external issues. Here are some common protocols for responding to the issues. So first is always be open and honest, and also share as much information as possible. While it may seem easier and less painful to withhold released information in the long run, it is always worthwhile to be open and honest. Just present the facts. Do not impose their information. Simply stick to the facts. Every organization must understand the aspect of its external environment because institutions do not exist alone. They interact with other invitations and influenced by a wide range of event situations and other players' decisions that are out of its control. An external environment is a major influence, a product, or a service, a success. The environment also is a place to gain source or scarce resources for operating the organization. And there are two types of external environments. The first one is the mega environment and the second is the task environment. These two types of environment or external influencers to an organization need to be recognized, analyzed, and managed for the business to experience sustained success and competitive advantage in the market. So, let's go for the first environment. So, the mega environment. This reflects conditions and trends in the society that an organization operates Now for the task environment. This is the second external environment segment impacting on organization. So the task environment in comparison is the elements on organization that must deal with when interfacing during the course of conducting its business. So elements included in the segments are customers and clients, competitors, suppliers, employees, and government bodies. As organizations confront these elements during the course of its operations, organization is more likely to have an impact on their elements rather than those in the mega environment. So monitoring the external environment is also enable them to keep abreast of changes and opportunities within their industry, and also to continue to expand and improve upon their product and service base. And now let's go to the accountability of school. Accountability of school is a process by which students, teachers, and administrators give an account of the progress. Accountability is also means by which policy makers at the state and district levels and parents as well as the taxpayer monitor the performance of the students and schools. Educational accountability enhances teaching under new in the school system. It forestalls the misuse of public funds. And now I will discuss the resource dependence perspective. So this is when one organization has to rely on other organization for a resource. It is also the study of how the external resources of organizations affect the behavior of the organization. Organizations enter into relations with the other organization because it has to rely on their resources in order to achieve its own goals, and these resources also ultimately originate from an organization's environment. So this was originated in the 1970s with the publication of the External Control of Organizations as a Resource Dependence Perspective by Jeffrey Pfeffer and Gerald R. Salansik. Resource dependency refers simply to the concept that organizations are strongly influenced by their environment. The environment consists of other organizations that exert various forces of an economic, political, and social nature. So according to Malatesta and Smith of 2014, resource dependency is the framework in which organizations come together to secure resources critical to their survival and growth. It is also a study of how the external resources of organizations affect the behavior of the organization. The procurement of external resources is also important tenet of both the strategic and tactical management of any company. In education, it's the context of public how you educate resource dependency explores. So it has the three themes. The first one is the environmental effects on organizations. Second is the organizational efforts to manage environmental constraints. And the last one, or the third one, is how environmental constraints affects internal organizational dynamics. So that's all for my report, and thank you for watching. God bless.